Good evening. We had the Rage dropping quite a bombshell today about the possibility that Jeffrey Epstein is involved with financing Bitcoin core development. And there's also some other speculations regarding new leaked emails that he actually has been meeting with Satoshi as well. So we're going to be going over this, also going into speculations that Bitcoin might be connected to the or developed by the CIA or the NSA. Those rumors have been out there for quite a while, but I wanted to include that in this video as well because it's quite connected to the news we have here. So this is quite a fair scenario. It's been going around on X all around after these emails have been dropping. Well, let's dive right into it. So first of all, we have the main article here by The Rage. Shout out to them. Email review: Jeffrey Epstein money finance Bitcoin core development. So it's saying he used gifts to underwrite this, which allowed us to move quickly and win this round. Thanks. So that was a quote that was in the email. Former MIT Media Lab director wrote to Epstein in an email: digital currency initiative. So it was very suspect. There has been countless emails released, so it's not just about Bitcoin and crypto, but of course also his involvement in trafficking and potential a lot of influential people that are involved with that. So that is going the rounds, but we're going to be keeping it to the crypto part today. So what it says here, while the public reports have hinted that some of Epstein's funding may have been directed to the Media Lab's DCI, which at the time served as the main funding arm for Bitcoin Core. So there was apparently a single instance for a arranged meeting between Epstein and his Bitcoin students. So the email shed new insight on Epstein's connections and influence in the early Bitcoin and crypto community. So we see here there was a donation had received funding from Epstein. This was, the facility um, connected. MIT has disclosed that the financer who had donated a total of 850K to the institution, which 500K were directed at the Media Lab. So there are some more rumors there, or even higher amounts, over 7 million going there. And let's dive into the actual emails here. Let's scroll down. So yeah, these are the actual emails that have been leaked. So use gift funds to underwrite this, which allowed us to move quickly and win this round. And another, it's talking about Bitcoin here. See that Bitcoin is organized are 5 core developers, around 100 contributors to the core node. So this is all from the Epstein emails, which is quite interesting because you don't want to be associated with this. So there's a lot of speculation going around of how deep is he actually involved with this and what could be the consequences. So let's dive into some more news and opinions in regards to this. So here we have 589 Bull talking about the possibility of exposing Satoshi Nakamoto, who is still been unknown. There's a lot of speculation about Satoshi, of course, but we still don't know. But now has been leaked also in one of those emails is that supposedly Epstein has met with Satoshi on occasions, which is just another sign that he could be involved in actual creation or the funding of Bitcoin. So that's quite a shocking revelation. So Congress is now going to the emails, and there's been quite some research going on. Of course, everybody on X is hopping in to research this as well. He's saying this investigation could end the mystery forever, and if Bitcoin loses its origin myth, the entire narrative collapses. Yeah, this is just the danger. If really comes ahead that the launch of Bitcoin has been very shady, or even you could speculate if, let's say, we have actually Epstein involved there in the funding, the creation. Yeah, that could cause a lot of bad sentiment for Bitcoin, and yeah, it would be could be lead to some very much doom out there. All right, then here we have the actual email in regards to the meeting with Satoshi at the climate summit in 2014. So this is really at the early age of Bitcoin. This is very, and he's been named in one of these emails. There's some other, there's some other people that they've met, but including Satoshi, and then there's Bitcoin saying there. So there's no name, of course, which is unfortunate, but yeah, this is very interesting. So I would say, yeah, there should be some digging actually there, to for people to see if they could be, yeah, digging into that meeting to see if there could be some more speculation in regards to who was Satoshi. But that's very interesting. So that points to there be some actual connection there to Satoshi, the creator of Bitcoin. And yeah, you don't want to be connected to Epstein there. All right, here we have the email of the funding again, which is going circles. Then let's dive into an old video here from Dan Pena, which has been saying he's saying he knows who's behind Bitcoin. He's very rich. He's a billionaire. And let's circle back what he's saying here. Yeah, that's quite a famous one. I think everybody has seen it. He's saying that it's so shocking that actually would go to zero. So that means it would be quite bad. So either, yeah, you're talking about the intelligence agency, or even worse, someone like Epstein or connected. So yeah, he sounds very convinced, but you don't know. We don't know what his motives are in this regards. But I wanted to include this here. Then, which is quite interesting, we see Michael Saylor, the biggest stacker here of Bitcoin in the last years. People are taking a joke out of this. With he would supposedly means here that the burning ship is fiat currency, but a lot of people are speculating that Sailor is jumping out of the life raft and that the ship is actually Bitcoin. So yeah, if people know Sailor, he's had lost over a billion in stock market crash, I believe in the early 2000s. So he's not, he doesn't have a good track record. Yeah, so I wanted to include this as well. So another connection here, and this time with Tether. Again, quite bad news, possibly. Co-founder of stablecoin issuer Tether discussed Bitcoin with Secretary Lemmer Summers at Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse. So yeah, you would say, what are they doing at Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse there? According to the emails, Pierce described himself as the most active investor in Bitcoin, while Summers derived interest. Yeah, so there's also that yeah, it's a whole separate video, of course. The issues regarding to Tether USDT. There's the same. Yeah, there's a lot of fear built in going in for years about possible shady behavior in regards to USDT and the connection to Bitcoin. But that something like that would also need another video. But yeah, you can see here there's another possible connection up there. So here we see Versan. He's a very respected analyst. He's saying there's a well-funded effort drive by Bitcoin maxis to prop up Bitcoin basically, and he does have a point here. So Bitcoin pure mostly drives on money issuing from central bankings here. And he's saying it's ironic the system they claim to be escaping is the one propping up their asset. So he does have a point here, and he's talking about MicroStrategy possibly going under, which is there's a lot of talk about this on the timeline, especially since he's buying so heavily. He's using a strategy that's quite shady. He's taking on loans to buy more Bitcoin, and he's using MSTR stock to fund all this, and to he set up a system that supposedly looks good, but still it's leveraged. So he's saying that he thinks money actually eventually will flow out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not the chosen one. He's talking about XRP, silver, land, other assets. So that's a possibility which you have to keep in mind. Here's saying, Bitcoin could be linked to actual trafficking here, committed by convicted ep- pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. So we'll see how this develops, but it does not bode well for the future of Bitcoin. So it remains all to a degree speculations, but all these emails, it does not look that good. Yeah, here we had this already. This is an interesting thread. So now we're moving on to the possible creation by the CIA of Bitcoin. But this is also going around for years already. And there's actually a lot of people who believe, it's funded and created by the CIA. So doing a deep dive on this. Shout out to Crypto Orbion. He's saying Bitcoin was released after the collapse of Lehman Brothers, and the first block contains the headline Chancellor of Brink of Second Bailout for Banks. So then we had the white paper in 2008. So then disappeared forever. And of course, everybody knows that the myth Satoshi. Then we have a direct connection here. Bitcoin cryptography uses SHA-256. It was designed by the NSA. So this could be the direct link here to possible creation from the NSA. Also, we had Satoshi wallets. They have crazy amount of wealth untouched for 15 years. So there's either two scenarios, or it's some kind of government agency or an institution, or otherwise the myth that Satoshi would possibly be deceased and he has no longer access to the wallet. So that's those are the two narratives that are most likely. He's saying here no private citizen would hold that much money cash, and indeed that's very unlikely. So the early Bitcoin developers also had ties to intelligence agencies. And here we have a paper from the NSA describes digital currency actually identical to Bitcoin 12 years before the creation. So this is always the case with a lot of the technologies that come out. A lot of times they are actually built long before that, and it's all a lot of times it's planned, and then a few years later, it comes around. So keep in mind that there could be different reasons if it was created by a government or intelligence agency, and honeypot for dissidents, Trojan horse for CBDCs, gateway to civilians. So those are always all reasons. What if you go with a narrative that's created by a government agency? So it's a good thread here from Crypto Orbion. Here we had John McAfee, the deceased McAfee, also one of the kings of security here, talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, he has a good point there. He's saying there's no really privacy. There's no smart contracts. There's a lot of things lacking from Bitcoin, and I think everybody knows that. But everybody is saying, yeah, it's a store of value here. It's the fight against the inflation. It's decentralized. The standard narrative there. But it has some real downsides to be the largest crypto asset by far. So yeah, he has some good points there, which you have to keep in mind. Is why is an asset like that that's slow, that has a lot of flaws, uh, propped up like that. So I wanted to include that as well. Here we're saying Tucker Carlson says he's convinced the CIA created Bitcoin, and he's very skeptical of this. Yeah, Tucker is not a small one. He has a lot of connections out there, so that's also very interesting, and he's warning about Bitcoin. Then, yeah, here we have Yo-Yo. No, that's a very long name. He's actually saying that this could be leading to the crash of Bitcoin. We have here an animation going on of the phoenix burning, which includes Bitcoin, and the actual phoenix that's rising as XRP. So a lot of a scenario that's been talked about a lot, that XRP is the actual chosen one, and that Bitcoin needs to burn first. So we will see what happens. In my opinion, this yeah, it does not mean it all depends on what's going to happen. If there's going to be actual proof or links of Bitcoin being created either by the CIA or connected to Epstein in a big way, or very much related to trafficking, yeah, it could spell a lot of trouble for Bitcoin. Um, but on the short term, yeah, there's no real uh, signs of that happening in the near future. Um, that doesn't mean if that would go to happen, like a lot big chance that a lot of cryptos initially dump with it. It's simply liquidity flowing out of the market. But what I think will happen in the worst case scenario, that we would see a massive black swan for Bitcoin, where yeah, that we haven't seen before since the start. Then I think a lot of coins will go with it. A lot of coins that do not have actual underlying utility will be drained as well, and they will stop existing. But there are many coins that are now basically becoming core of a new financial system. Yeah, the coins I'm talking about. I'm talking about coins like XRP, XLM, HBAR, Quant. There's more coins, of course, um, that I think will actually start running independent of Bitcoin. So I do not think it's threatening the whole crypto market. You just need to be careful of what to invest in. I personally don't have Bitcoin. I don't see the risk reward ratio here. The X's that you can get are not worth it for me. I rather invest in utility coins like XRP, Quant, those kind of projects. All right, so that's my take. It's a, kind of a bearish video as well, but I wanted to go over the timeline and see what everybody's thinking with this news that came out with connection to Epstein. So let me know what your thoughts on the situation are. Let me know if you think it's just FUD. Is this just a campaign to bring Bitcoin into a bad light, or do you really think there's trouble ahead with Bitcoin? Let me know how you think this could possibly affect the market. All right, that's it for this one. Have a good evening, everybody.